Hi, Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant, breaker of the seven seals. Welcome. Make a slight adjustment here. I think that'll work. Hold on, brothers and sisters. We're going to talk about the Son of Man. But first, let's keep in remembrance the Holocaust. The Holocaust, brothers and sisters. 1 second here. Yes, the Holocaust, brothers and sisters. Something they do not want you to talk about. Hoping you'll forget, or even better, never find out. And if you find out, you just ignore it. Be a good Christian and forgive. That's their hope. And some of you are more than willing to oblige them on that hope. Some of you are more than willing to oblige them on that hope. Why would you want to do that? That's your history, which they're calling critical race theory. They're calling it critical race theory. Nothing theoretical about it. They want to reduce it to insignificance. Reduce it to insignificance. In other words, your ancestors didn't mean anything. Your ancestors didn't mean anything. And that's what you're saying when you go along with that, but you're saying the suffering of your ancestors, nothing. Hell with them. I'm doing fine now. See? Care about their sacrifices. No. It was stupid. But why did they go through that? See? That's what they want you to think. And some of you are more than willing to think that way. Some of you are more than willing to think that way. See? Negro butts. Negro butts. Made in America. 64 years process. 64 years to make you. From Kunti Kinte to Toby. 64 years. Program to self-destruct behavior, to love master no matter what. No matter what evil does to you, you're supposed to love him just the more. You're supposed to obey master no matter what. No matter what he tells you, obey him. Right? And in addition to that, right? In addition to obeying him no matter what, you're not supposed to think. Not supposed to think. And definitely don't think. That was taboo. They made sure that you had nothing to think with because they made sure you had no knowledge, no education, anything. And you need words, you need vocabulary to think. And your vocabulary consists of about 5 or 10 words. Yes, master, no master. What you want me to do, master? Thank you, master. Please, master, I'll do better, master. That was pretty much your vocabulary. You can't think very much with that. You know where east and west was? North and south? You know how much 1 + 2 equals? You didn't know there was such thing as mathematics. Didn't even know there was such thing as mathematics. And they whip you, beat you, tormented you. Daily destruction, daily terror. Terror from the time you step foot on this side of the planet until now. Total terror. No let up, no breaks. Total terror. That's how you maintain a system of Holocaust, right? Of horror with terror. America's a terrorist nation. It's founded with terrorists. Lincoln, Jefferson, Washington, all terrorists. And now you walk around claiming you're free. That's how they program you. They program you to think, not to think. So they tell you free, and that's what I told you free. Well, you say free. Free to do what? How are you free? How are you free? You have your own name. You know where it is. You have your own country. You know where you came from. You have your own laws. You still have to obey massa. So by what measure are you free? By what measure are you free? You still have to work for massa to live, to eat. We didn't have to do that when we was home. We didn't have to work for anybody. We work for ourselves. We work together as a community. We work for anybody. We have no bosses and taskmasters beating us, making profits off us. We work together and we all share in the profits, all equally. As one family. If it was a tribe, it was one family. It was a city, it was the same thing. They still work together. You still have communities like that over in the Middle, in Africa and the East. That still operate like that right now. You doing 9 to 5. You're with your family 24/7. If you was a farmer, then all the farmers got together, went out and did the farming. Your family, everything was with you. You had to send your children to school. You taught them yourself because you was educated. You had knowledge. You had to go to school for that. Everybody was educated. So now you're over here, and you're free, and all they did was upgrade your captivity, your enslavement. Enslavement 2.0. Agricultural slavery was when you was on the plantation. Industrial slavery was you on the plantation. Then they got wise away. We're not called plants, no, what's called factories. They might pick up on that one. And so how are you different? How is this? It's only industrial slavery. You say, well, it's not minus the Holocaust, but you're still under horror, because if you think you're not under horror with these people, or disobey them. Disobey them. And see, they'll come down on you like a hammer. Put your ass in jail, electrocute you, beat you. Think you're in jail, you're sitting lifting weights. They show you in the movies. They're beating your ass up in there. Throwing you in a hole. Starving you. Feeding you shit and piss. Still going on. Nothing's changed, it's upgraded. We're from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Just upgrade on operating system. The operating system has not changed. It's still slavery, the economic side of it, and the persecution side, the Holocaust. Still the same operating system, just upgraded. Still the same operating system, it's just upgraded. That's all it is, just upgraded. That's all it is. Same operating system, just upgraded. That's all it is. And you go along with it. Holocaust, brothers and sisters, they want to downplay it, called slavery. That was just the economic side of it. Small percentage, like maybe 1%, 99% was hard. Look all those. Look up slavery and see if it includes dismembering, eating shit, shitlings. They fed you shit. Minimum overhead, maximum profit. They had to feed you something, so they gave you what they were throwing away. Shitlings. The shit from the hogs. That's what they call it, shitlings. And they said, well, I know they're stupid. They ain't gonna pick it. They ain't gonna figure it out. So we just change it, take the S off, put a C there. I mean, that's how much they despise you. They didn't even change the damn name. Why they call it something else? You know, black caviar or something. They just call it the same. Just took a C off, took the S off, put a C there, and you still buying it. And it's shit, and you know it's shit, because I'm trying to clean this stuff up here, and you see shit floating. And you wouldn't, if somebody tell me, if I came to your house and washed your toilet 24/7, and nobody used it for a whole month, just wash it, clean Ajax, the whole 9 yards, Mr. Clean all of it. Nobody used it at all. And then I threw a steak off in there, a big juicy steak, porterhouse. Right? $75 steak. And throw it off in there just for a second, pick back up. You would not eat it. You wouldn't touch it. But you eat shitlings. See, that's quite something wrong with your programming. But it's about to be short-circuited. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Holocaust. They've done a job on us, brothers and sisters. But we got an answer for them. You have not been abandoned. You have not been abandoned. See? But you don't see, you don't understand. First of all, most of you are not paying attention to the news or anything anyway. Because now they're admitting that those planes up there, you used to call UFOs, they're admitting that they're real. And they can't do anything about them. And they're flying all over the place. And they're visiting all their nuclear sites. And when they visit them, usually nuclear sites are disabled. And you don't know what that means. But most of you ain't paying attention because you're so busy with NBA, and NFL and all that kind of crap. So you know all the statistics about King James or whatever y'all call him. LeBron, who's become a billionaire, selling overpriced shoes to children that can't afford it, to black kids that can't afford it. And that's a big thing. He's a demon. Sucking your blood up. Demons are parasites. You know what a parasite is? Right? If it does not spell NFL, NBA, you don't know what the hell it is. Okay? So they're telling you. But the thing is, they also tell you that America's so powerful because they control the skies. See, America's the most powerful country because they control the sky. Whoever controls the skies control the battlefield, control the whole water, control the whole country, right? Whoever controls the air. Well, who controls the air, brothers and sisters? Who is controlling the air? They're telling you that those, Master Muhammad's controlling the air. They know those planes come from because Muhammad told them and tell them for the whole time he was here for 40-some years, he told them what they were. And now they admit it. So they know where they are, but they can't come out and tell you. So they tell you they control the air, they control the skies. Their planes can't get anywhere near them. The Chinese and the Russians sent their best pilots, the best planes, the best ones they had, the best jets they had, and they got wiped out. And America's done the same thing, but they won't admit it. Can't come close to them. They say they get anywhere near close to them, and the thing, if they don't disable the plane or jet up there, they say, bam, they look, and this thing, second one, they're gone, 1,000 miles away. Say, how the hell that happened? They be saying, ooh, like they have, like they having a crack flash. Whoa, wow! You hear them saying that, man? Wow, I ain't seen anything like that before. They travel in through the waters, right, in the ocean as fast as they almost travel through the air, and they say, how is that possible? Your God's controlling. Say, he who guards Israel, right? He neither sleeps nor slumbers. He's guarding us. He protects us. He protects me personally. Remember what Jesus said? He said, my Father can send 10,000 angels down anytime he want to protect me if I call on him. So you want to F around with me, brother and sister, try it if you want to. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You see, you don't even want to think about doing that. See? Because I'm your consequence. I'm the consequence of what these devils have been doing for the last 600 years. I'm the consequence. And you can't delay consequence. You can't destroy consequence, right? You can't defeat consequence. So try it. Have at it. because consequences closing on your ass. You see it, you feel it. What the Quran said, now you begin to feel our power. Let's move on, brother. So I got a few things I want to cover here. I'm going to try to keep them brief, right? So here's my subject matter here. Let's start off. Let's start here. Let's start with demons, because that after, see, after he breaks the seals, his first target is the demons. After Suleiman break the 7 seals, and that's what you need to look for, because it says this person, the lamb, see, it makes it very clear how you can identify who it is. Because it says only one person in heavens or earth or on earth, right, could break those seals. So if Farrakhan hasn't broken it, why are you talking to him? Like Muhammad, he didn't ever say he broke it, but he would precede the person that broke the 7 seals. So you talk to him because he would guide you to him. See? But Farrakhan, he hasn't broken, he has no idea. He don't know the scripture, he don't know anything. He is a big lie, he's a demon. He has no idea. See? He has no idea at all. None, zero. See? Silas hasn't done it. Roy, that lie, he dead. None of them has done it. Only one claim and can prove has done it is myself. So if you misled, because you want to be misled, because you will be asked in judgment, didn't we say that this person they look for is one that broke 7 seals? Oh, okay. Did you check to see that the person you was listening to had broken 7 seals? Did someone tell you they broke 7 seals? Did you go investigate to find out? No, then get your ass out of here. See? We got something for you. See that fire over there? You want to wait for us to throw you in, or you want to jump in? Because it don't matter, you going in. See? Because you was warned, you was told. You was told a lot of things. You was told that he'd be born in the West, he'd be conceived in the West, and beside that, be a star rose in the East. A star did rise in the East in 1948. Antichrist. And the Christ was born and conceived in 1948, same time, simultaneously. See? Even tell you where. Remember, in Angel talked about a new ark. Remember, Noah's supposed to be an old ark, a new ark, a new Jerusalem, NJ, Newark, New Jersey. I mean, all these things are there. And many other things, too, we can talk about. Suleiman, Son of Man. Where's Son of Man come from? Son of Man come from, this is Farrakhan, them clouds, they have no idea. It comes from Suleiman, Son of Man, Sol-O-Man. See, because he's a son of David. David's master for Muhammad. He's the one that slays Goliath. You need to read those scriptures in current terms. Like Muhammad said, if you can't apply those scriptures to what's going on right now, they're worthless. But Farrakhan tell you, no, they're in the past. So listen to him. It said the son of perdition would come and overcome the saints for 42 years. It says that. And become after Elijah. It said Aaron would deceive the people and get all people destroyed. It's right there. So you, oh well, yeah, but they told me that was in the past. Well, can you read? Can you think? Did Elijah Muhammad tell you that? Did he say they wrote past history every 25,000 years? He said they wrote future history. Which one did he say? Future history. So when you come in with your bullshit, right? You better bring your asbestos suit with you, right? Because you're gonna need it. Because we're not playing with you. You better understand. The Prophet Muhammad said himself, even he wasn't sure he could get through the judgment. He's a prophet, right? A notable prophet, honorable prophet. I didn't use honorable, because when you put somebody honorable like someone that skunk, because Farrakhan's a skunk. He says, the skunk of the planet Earth. His father's a devil. His father's a skunk. He's a skunk. His father's a devil. They even said that son young called. Well, if your father's a devil, you a devil. Well, then I mean, I probably misspoke. Because Farrakhan's father's a devil. He says it. We have him saying it. He said his father's father and mother was white Portuguese Jews. So that means his father, grandfather on his father's side was that. That means his father's that. That means he's that too. It means he's a black Portuguese Jew. That means the skunk of the planet Earth. That means that's why you don't want to talk about demons, because that's what demons are. Demons are half devil, half man. They're skunks. They're devils in black skin. So we're going to talk about demons first. That's his first, because time is up. I said, we closed the book of him. That's why you see me here like this. I'm doing this purposely. Because in a few more days, you're going to see me there physically, right? And I'm going to show you these presentations. See, because we're not reporters here. See, we tell you what happened before it happens. But I'm not a prophet, I'm a scientist. Scientists make prophets. See, why did they make that distinction? See, because prophets repeat history. It's given to them. See, I'm talking about future history, prophecy. See, they give it and then they prophesy. It's like they give it like Prophet Muhammad, right? He prophesied from the Quran. It was given to him. But scientists write the Quran. They write these books. So they can prophesize, but they're more than prophets because they write them. They write these books. They put these books, they bring these books to existence. But they don't do it by visions. We do it powerful computers that this world could never come close to man. Come close. And don't look for them because now on this planet, they're off planet because you won't never get anywhere close to them. And if you got close to them, you wouldn't be able to do anything with them because you don't understand that this technology is far advanced. The same as you can't keep up with these planes. That technology, these computers make your Macs, your supercomputers, right? Look like 1 + 2, 1 + 1 pickup sticks or something. Really? Because you had no idea what the power these computers could do. And they're off planet. See? If you got one, we write history of 25,000 years approximately. See? So we've been doing it ever since the beginning of time because you have to. Because you have to use the data from the last 25,000 years to move forward to the next one. Because you know where every atom is and everything is at this particular time. So you have to start from there. Because if you start right, if they was somehow come up with that technology for that computer right now, if they somehow was able, man, some genius, super genius come and say, hey man, here's a computer we can make that can do what, it wouldn't do them any good. Because to understand how the universe is right now, where every atom is and what it's doing, you have to go back to the beginning when it started. When we start spanning the heavens, when it was very simple at that time. You have to go from here, right? Because you have to go back there and you have to build. So you got 76 trillion years to run to get up to right now. So it takes 76 trillion years or more, right, to get to where, and then 76 trillion years have passed. You never catch up. Because it's like you start out at 1, right? And then next, right, you go to 2. Right, and then you double that to 4, then double that to 8. So if you do that count, you find about 10 times that. You're just like you got an astronomical number, right? So if you do that, right, let's say for instance you did 76 trillion times, man. You said, damn, you got a number you can't. It's an unimaginable number. It's a number like trillions of digits long, and that's how complicated the universe is at that time. So what you'd have to do, you'd have to know what that number is to move to the next number. You see? And you don't have that. So you have to go back to 1, to 2, or back. See what I'm saying? You'll never be able to do it. Because we keep the data from the last 25,000 years. So we know what, say for instance, that you got to 100, right? So we know, okay, the next, we start at 100. So the next will be 200. We double that, next will be 400. But we have to know where the starting point. See, so we have all the way from the beginning, all the way we update it. So we have the data. I didn't mean to get to that, brothers and sisters. I'm just saying they can't touch us. See, and we knew no matter what hell we went through in energy deprivation, we knew no matter how much we went through, they could not destroy us. All they was doing is by doing what they're doing to us, all they was create consequence that was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They was making us stronger and stronger and stronger. By what they did to us, they was making us stronger and stronger and stronger because we were becoming the consequence. They was making us strong. All they was doing to us was making us stronger and stronger and stronger. Because they turned us from angels into gods. The material for gods. By their oppression of us, like you put so much pressure on a coal, you said, man, look at that coal, look at that pressure. All that pressure the hell's under. See, then you look around, bam, then you got some diamond. But then you got to cut the diamond, right? Fashion it. See, that's my job. I got to upload your mind. Because you're diamonds now. See? But when you first pull the diamond out, it's still black and everything. You can't tell it's a diamond. You have to take it and clean off everything. Oh, that's not cold. That's a diamond. See? They want you to think you're still cold. Yeah, nigga. See? They want you to think. And you're uncut. See, you're uncut. See? You're not shiny and bright and cut, beautiful. You're like a piece of coal. See, that's what you think. And I'm here to tell you, you're diamonds. You're diamonds in the rough. See, they force you to diamonds. You're the consequence of their actions. And now we get ready to burn their ass up. See, because we don't need them anymore. See, Dr. Shabazz knew exactly what the hell he was doing. He said, okay, we got to go through this, so let's personify this furnace. Let's build it up. See, we're gonna jump in this furnace, right? Because, hey, it's going to be hard. But hell, you want to be a god, right? You want to go to the gym, it's hard, ain't it? But you want those muscles, don't you? The more hard it is, the stronger you're going to get. See? So that's the big secret, brothers and sisters. All that, the hard costs, it turned us from coals to the diamonds, the gods. You're just uncut. See? You're uncut, rough. You know, somebody still got that, you know, you're not circumcised, so to speak, right? Because you still got that dust, black dust on you. You can't be regular. You don't see like you don't look like a diamond. But see, Superman got X-ray vision. He can see through all that crap and see the diamond in you. Yeah, he's Superman. See, he can see through the X-ray vision, see the diamond in you. See? And so now he's gonna fashion you. See? Make man our likeness and our image. See? Because the 25th scientist, he's a God. So he's gonna make you into his image. He's gonna make you God. That's why he sent him forward. To make sure you become, that you totally, right? Fashion and everything. Clean up, cut. A beautiful diamond. Because a diamond, there's no pressure universe that they know about that can crush a diamond. You understand? But they're going to be crushed to dust. So you ready for all this pressure? Because the universe is now under pressure. It's pressure, right? As expanded, it went under tension. But now it's contracting. So that pressure is building and building and building. But that pressure just makes us better. This makes us better. Make us produce more diamonds. Make us produce more diamonds, brothers and sisters. See, so we're going to have, like it said, our seed, Abraham's seed would be like the stars, like the grains of sand. We just produce more diamonds. As the pressure produces more diamonds. Had diamonds all over the universe. We got plants all over the universe. See? So don't fret, brothers and sisters. See? Because we willingly went through the hard costs. So it was good for us, but it was bad for them. Because it says, woe, it says evil must come, but woe to those who by evil comes through. So they identified themselves as being the monsters, so they did it themselves. And we're the consequence. We're diamonds, but also the consequence of what they did. See, diamonds is a consequence of pressure, right? But you can't strip the diamond. See? It's like you put some iron in the furnace, put gold in the furnace, and it's hot. You got to make it real hot to purify that gold. And man, you got to suffer all that heat, man. Oh, man. See? But then you're pure. But then what happens? When you pull out the furnace, what happens? You turn the damn furnace off. So we can ready to turn them off. They don't need them anymore. Understand, brothers and sisters? They say, he who sits in the heavens will laugh at them. See, because they think they're going to wipe us out now. Well, they won't get rid of them. Try it. Try it. Try it today. You know, I want you to try it today, right? See, because I'm saying, match from behind, you know, what you waiting for? Because if you mess up right now and do something, he's going to tear your ass up right now. He's guarding us. So go ahead and push the envelope. Speed up the time. It's all right with me. So you think one way, And your way of thinking is stupid. See? But I think a different way. See? But I have to step by step to get my people to upgrade to that time of thinking. Because everything we do is perfect. My people can't understand the level of thinking yet. Because nothing we ever done was imperfect. The devils, they're perfect devils. I just told you, they was perfect. Because they turned into the diamonds. But see, if I talk like that, that confuse a lot of people. And then some people say, well, I'm perfect, man, so yeah, well, like I said, they can say, yeah, I'm perfect, yeah. You are perfect, you're a perfect devil. And what we do with devils, you burn them in the fire. Well, we're going to move on, brothers and sisters. Because you're going to have your mind, once your mind gets uploaded, you're going to be, like I said, you'll be transformed in a twinkle of an eye. How do you think you'll be transformed? You think this physically? It's your mind that's going to transform you. Once you get it, upload it. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, this is just some scripture stuff on the demons. I'm going to read some of this, brothers and sisters. He answered, said to them, see, this is Jesus talking, this is scriptural stuff, right? He was so, he's talking about this parable about the chaff and tares. So we call it tares, we call it chaff. He who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. There's somebody, I didn't read the whole part here, but it says, someone sowed these tares amongst the wheat. And tares look similar to the wheat, but it like chokes the wheat. It's like parasite. It destroys the wheat. But it looks similar to it, so it's hard to distinguish between, right? So I left that part, but you can go read on your own, right? He answered, said to them, he who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. See? So the good seed, that comes from Suleiman, right? The field is the world. The good seeds are the sons of the kingdom. See, that's the saints. But the tares, demons, that's my quotes here, right? Parentheses, are the sons of the wicked one. See, so I'm just explaining what they tell about the thing. It says sons of the wicked one. That means they're sons of devils. That's what it's telling you. They're demons, they're sons of devils. They're sons of wicked one. Right? Who is sown? How was they sown amongst us the wheat? How was they done that? How was that done? Doing so-called slavery, the Holocaust, where it's raping our women. That's how you sow seed. They're talking about human beings here. They ain't talking about seeds in the ground. So I mean, how do human beings sow seeds? By a reproductive process. And it says some evil ones sow their seeds among the wicked ones, sow the seed amongst the sheep. That means it was raping our women. You got to read this stuff, but understand it. The enemy, and it's the enemy. The enemy who sold them is the devil. See? Pharaoh can't say ain't devils anymore. He says they're devils. So that's the wicked one, the enemy. He's an enemy. Pharaoh said he ain't devil. Why? Because he's a demon. He's one of them. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. Therefore, as the tares, demons are gathered and burned in the fire. That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate destiny, right? Because we don't want them. They can't travel. We convert in time, and when you want to get rid of the old thing, brand new, you burn up the old stuff because you bring in the new stuff. You don't need old stuff anymore. So it'll be at the end of the age. The Son of Man, Suleiman, will send out his angels, and they will gather all out of his kingdom, all that offend, as the vipers, anchors, Ishmael, Farrakhan spokesman. See, they offend because they're lying, they're hypocrites. See, they're against this message. They're against Elijah Muhammad. They think they're big guys. They think they're going to take advantage and suck down people dry. That's what they think. Because most of them believe in Elijah Muhammad anyway, but they use it, they figure he was successful, so they will use his teaching as a bait. Or listen to black man, listen to how you look. And they want you to come in, but they want you to give you money. And it says the scriptures tell you, an angel, it tells you, it's a free gift. You should have to give them a dime. It says a free gift. That means free. I'm going to ask you a dime, I never have. I never will. You're God, why you need to ask somebody for something? You give. Gods give. They don't take. They take back what's taken from them, but they give. That's what gods do. See? So I'm not asking for anything. I've been preaching to you for over 30-some years, and I haven't asked for a dime yet. I'm not here to tell you what to do either. If I have to tell you what to do, I don't want you. I don't want a car I got to push. I don't want a car I got to push. I give you fuel for your engine. If you don't move, then you set the engine stay there and rot. I'm not going to worry about you. I give you fuel for your engine and you don't put in and stop moving, then you rot. We'll leave you back. We're not going to waste time with you. See? Elijah Muhammad pushed cars around. When he stopped pushing, they stopped. Then the Farrakhan came and picked them up. See? We're talking about proactive here. What does proactive mean? That means nobody got to tell you what to do. You know what to do and you move on. See, you always tell people what you've done instead of asking people what to do. And somebody got to ask you. Now, reactive means somebody, you only act what somebody tell you. Or did you do something? Oh, you know, got excuses and stuff. I don't want those. Lamb's Book of Life. You better be proactive. Tell me what you've done already. I look around, hey man, I'm not looking around, you done accomplished something. Instead of looking around, I don't see nothing. Say, well, now I got to ask you, and that's reactive now. Hey brother, did you, I'm working on it. Well, we don't want that reactive stuff. No, that's not God's. See? Angels tend to be reactive. God's act proactive. That's the difference. She was reactive before. It's not a bad thing because you was obeying the gods. And you obeyed them when you submit to Adam. You was obeying. That's reactive. But now you are gods. You're diamonds. So if you're still reactive, something's wrong with you. That's how we know you're still a Negro, but you're not supposed to be reactive anymore. You're supposed to be proactive. Make things happen. You're a God. Change the weather. See? Watch the weather. You don't watch the weather. You change the weather. You don't watch time. You make time. You're gods. You're diamonds. They can't touch you. You got the 5 fundamental principles of Islam, right? They can come at you. But if you got yourself together, like the Quran says, those who the good has come forth to, says, how he says, on the right path, no harm can come to them, something like that. I'm saying exactly right. It says, not one hair of your hair will be harmed. But they'll come at you. They'll come at your heart. They can't be hard. I'm still here. See? They came at Elijah Muhammad hard too. They didn't lay a hand on him, did they? Master Muhammad kept his promise. He said, Elijah Muhammad said, okay, I'll do what you want me to do, brother. Brother. He said, my worship, my worshiper, my worship, my divine. He said, brother, I'll do what you ask me to do, brother. You understand? But I'm asking you to do one thing, just protect me and my family. He did exactly that. Nobody laid a hand on him. They put him in prison and stuff. They laid a hand on him. Or we would be here. We'd be here now. We'd be home by now if he had done something like that. See? Because Master Muhammad doesn't play. And Muhammad doesn't play. When you meet him, you find it out. See, I'm trying to get you up to speed to be ready to meet him. Brother Master Muhammad, not your worship. You're not angels anymore. And those who practice lawlessness, that's the devils. They practice lawlessness because they don't obey their scripture anymore. And will cast them into the furnace of fire. Burn them up. They'll be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine forth as sun in the kingdom of their Father. He has it up here. So in other words, see, if they throw you in a cesspool, you're covered with shit. Once you move the shit, then you shine. Once you take a shower, that's what it is. Once we move them, you shine. Because they're the shit that's covering us. The demons and devils. We're over here in America, we're covered with shit. The demons and devils. Once we move, Solomon removes, he's going to remove them. See? That's his job. See? Raise Lazarus. Let's go move on, brothers and sisters. I see I'm going to be a while. Brothers and sisters, I see more and more time. There's so much stuff to talk about. It takes me hours to even prepare these things. It takes hours to prepare these things, brothers and sisters. This is not something you just sit around here and scratch a button, it happens. Just make it happen. Here's another parable here. Another parable put forth on the same. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a man who sows good seed in his field. But while he slept, here see this little, earlier part of what I just mentioned, right? But while he slept, while we sleep, while we in his deprivation, right? While we, our minds taken away for the years here, his enemy, the devil, came and sowed seed, tares amongst the wheat, was raping our women while we was incapacitated, and went his way, right? But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So now we starting to rise up, Elijah Muhammad. Then the demons are really on the case now. Stay here, reparations, love master, integration. See? So the servants of the household came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou not sow good seed in the field? Right? See? From whence then hath come a tale. He said unto him, enemy hath done this. Our enemy did this. Right? The servant said unto him, wilt thou then go and gather them up? He said, no, lest ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. See, in other words, Elijah Muhammad was told not to separate them out. He says, teach the tares and the wheat. And he did. He told both of them. He said, don't you try to separate them, because soon I'm going to have to do that. See? Let the both go together into the harvest. Now we're in the harvest, right? And I will say to reapers, gather you together all the tares and bind them in bundles and bury them, but gather the wheat to my barn. See, we're going to separate them. They want to be separated, so we're going to separate them. That's here, the book of Mark, right? They're finally separated, and so the tares was thrown back to the swine daddies, right? And we were separated from them. So there's house Negroes, see? Because they wouldn't allow you in the house. They allowed them in the house. They was like the role models. We're supposed to listen to them. See, but they was master's children. So he let them in the house because they loved master. The only problem they had with masters is that master recognized them like he recognized white children. That's why I want integration, want to be with them, want to marry them and everything else. See? Okay. Now look at this here. See, now we're talking about the demon. Chief demon is Louis Eugene Grounds, L-E-G-I-O-N, the N-O-I backwards. That's Legion, L-E-G-I-O-N, N-O-I backwards, L-E-G, Louis Eugene Grounds. He want to argue, say, oh, my last name wasn't Grounds, it was, but I'm not arguing about it. But Louis Eugene, he doesn't acknowledge that part. So the only part he doesn't acknowledge is the G, right? Okay, see. Anyway, will a man rob God? This is Malachi. Yet you are robbing me. But you ask, how do we rob you? In tithes and offering, you're cursed with a curse. Yet you, the whole nation, are still robbing me. Now, who is robbing the nation of Islam? Who is robbing it? Did Master Muhammad rob it? No, he gave birth to it. Did like Muhammad rob it? He raised it. So who is telling? He says, you have robbed the whole nation. Who's robbing it? Farrakhan. He's sucking it dry. Nation of Islam have no value and no assets, anything, but he's a multi-millionaire. And he's cursed. How is he cursed? He's disemboweled. They cut his insides out. He took his, he was a man to begin with. He was a coward, but whatever remnants he had, physical remnants, they took that out. So he pissing his shit in a bag. That's the curse. No curse like that ever been put on any prophet, messenger, or anointed ever. He's Peter. Was said to be burnt. Peter was burnt upside down. Think about that, Farrakhan. See, because you ain't going nowhere right away. You're not going to have a nice, easy. You're not going to leave out this life on the gold road. No, not on the gold road. That's not how you leave it out here. You're going to leave out here in a very, very interesting way. See? And it's going to be very soon. It's going to be this year. I would say within the next 60 days. See? Bring me the teeth and, okay, so he robs the whole nation. So that means he's been robbing it. Because he's been talking about economic program. He ain't produced a damn thing. How did he get rich? When he's asking money for the nation of Islam, that's what he say. He ain't building a nation. What nations he building? I don't know why you call it Nation of Islam. Because he's not building anything. He's not building infrastructure, anything. He's not building factories, schools, banks, anything. He got an economic program. He has some money. But where's the economics? Well, he's getting rich. So they're using Elijah Muhammad's teachers and everything, his methodology, right, as a bait. And when you go out and you bite, you get the hook. You get Farrakhan and you take everything you got. You got to sit on the street selling paper. I don't know, but I heard somebody said he got himself final call, so I'm not going to say they don't. But he had them out there doing food. They probably are doing food, fundraising, stuff like that. How many people don't sit on the street do anything? So you can read this on your own. See? Malachi, Messenger of the Covenant. But you don't want to know about the Messenger of the Covenant who suddenly comes to Elijah's temple. Who is that? They don't even talk about it, but it's right there. But they tell you got to believe in Elijah. But what about the Messenger of the Covenant that suddenly comes to his temple? That's going to clean it up. What is he cleaning up? What is he cleaning up? Elijah's mess? Say Elijah made a mess? Farrakhan's mess? He's saying mess? Or he cleaned up Farrakhan's mess? Put devils in the eye? Filled up with demons? So about Peter? Says the gates of hell doesn't prevail. See, that fool was talking about on the weekend. I'm not going to go to the details. He's talking about on the weekend. Hey, man, on this rock, I build my church. You don't say that, read the whole thing. Because he just called Peter, that's Satan. He just said, Satan, get behind me. So he just called him Satan. So he set the tone right there. Peter, Satan. And that's a son of addition. Because it said, son of addition be after the works of Satan. Because that's Satan casting out Satan. And Farrakhan said his father's father is a white Portuguese Jew. That means he's Satan. That means his father's Satan. That means he's Satan too. That's why I say Satan casting out Satan. They are on each other, so keep on. But if there's a gate between the church and hell, the gate is designed to keep people in hell. And if something prevails, that means it's victorious. But if it doesn't prevail, that means it fails. If the gate fails, that means the gates, the children, the hordes of hell comes into the church. See, read it. He think he's saying something positive, but when you unlock it, you say, oh, wait a minute, he's saying something else different. He's saying if the gates of hell don't prevail, because it prevail, that means it keeps people in. But it don't prevail, that means it fail, that means people get out. And they run into the church. And that's exactly what Farrakhan has done. He filled the temple with demons and devils. So you figure it out. See, you people that's not going to make it, you ain't going to understand this. Demons ain't going to understand it either. See? And we don't want you. Because if you can't upload the AL-INJIL, you're too dumb to upload the AL-INJIL, we don't want you. You're not marrying us. The scripture's only 144,000. I think they're going to beat that number dramatically. But it said 144,000. You know how many 144,000 is compared to 17 million? Because there's 34 million of us in America. That's what said blacks. But only half of them are demons. I mean, well, only half of us original. That's what it says. That's what AL-INJIL tells us. So that means 17 million. But then when you go into the lesson, it says there were 17 million original people. But at the time that this was written, there wasn't 17 million original people in America. There was not, including the demons. There was not. Look at the census. That was Maxwell Muhammad talking about the future, the state we're in right now. Everybody understand the lesson? I understand the lesson. There was not 17 million black folks in America in the 1930s. There wasn't. Not even in the 40s. See? So when he said it was 17 million, he was talking future. That state we're in right now. See? And then you can read this on your own, right? This is the mark. See? So I read some of it, right? Okay. This is Jesus. This is Suleiman, right? He's coming. See, this is what's happening right now. Because it says he will consume he will consume some addition with his mouth and destroy him, right? With the spirit of his mouth, not with his mouth. I just got ready to say something to a brother about that. Here I go. So excuse me, brother, because I can't say on you. I'm doing the same thing myself. The spirit of his mouth. You consume with the spirit of his mouth. That means words from his mouth, the truth, the power, the pressure waves. But it could strong with it comes. He's being consumed now. Farrakhan is being consumed right now. His whole organization is coming apart. They come apart within. They got conflict and stuff inside the nation right now, in their so-called nation. See, they're going to come down from within in a few more days. See, so anyway, there was this man. I'm just going to paraphrase here, right? That's it. You know why they talk about here, right? They plagued by demons. See, and it's self-destructive. See, remember the programming, right? Self-destructive, right? And but he had enough truth, right? That it was hard to subdue him because you heard the Elijah Muhammad's teachings, right? See, but then, right? But then when Suleiman started preaching, they heard him. They said, "Hey, man, let's get with him." But then the chief demon put his kibosh on and said, "No, what you doing here?" He interrupts, right? Says, "What if you do with me?" See, so why he say me when the people came to him, when people was running to Suleiman, why did he say we have to do with me? And explains, right? Says, "What if you do with me, son of the Most High God? I adjure you, God, do not torment me." By God, to torment, because do not torment. But he was saying this was a torment. That's why this was tormenting him. He was saying, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit, you demon." See, that's what I'm telling him. He's called demon because no one's called demons for me. No one's called these demons for me. You know there was a demon for me. You thought it was kind of movie, some kind of horror movie or something. No one called back for Suleiman where he been the one called the demons, expose them and destroy them. Son of perdition. Said, "Come on." So that's what Legion was. That Pharaoh was all about. Because now he exposed, and Jesus said to him, "See, he may expose himself. Where's your name?" He said, "My name is Legion." Louis Eugene Ground. And know I backwards, but we are many. There's many of us, right? And he begged. See, now he's on his knees before he's talking. Right? Where'd you do it to me? He's talking strong, but now immediately, right? He gets on his knees because Suleiman's tearing his ass up, right? See, he begged him, start begging Suleiman, please, don't send me out of the country. You know, Farrakhan say, "I don't want to go out of the country. We want to stay. We ain't going nowhere." Well, you can't make this up. See, then there was a head of swine, right? He said, please send me over to swine. That's devil daddies. He want to go with them. And what they got, they went out there, right? And they got together, and they got to fight in the rough cliff. That's that locust war is going to take place pretty soon, right? With the demons against the devils. Insurrection is going to take place in America very soon. That's what's going on right there, brothers and sisters. You can read on your own. At your own. This is in the book of Mark. I'll move on because, like I said, we got a lot of stuff here, and I'm not sure we covered all. Oh boy. But it's just so much to tell you. I mean, I could be doing 24/7. Able. Okay. Left behind. So now after he got rid of the demons, clean the man up and everything, right? Clean him up, gave him his mind back. Same Mark again, right? Then Jesus about to depart to take his 144,000, right? He's being delivered out, right? But then this man, he's begging Jesus, "Can I go with you?" He said, "No, you can't go with me. You got to stay and go to tribulation." See, it's the time we've delivered, time of pressure and trouble. You got to go to tribulation because there's a lot of our people out there that's out there and still ain't ready, right? See, they diamonds, but it's still, ain't cleaned up yet. It's still that cold. They ain't been cutting everything. See, because y'all was in the way. Suleiman didn't have much time. He didn't have time to do all this because y'all was in the way. Y'all wasn't helping. And y'all was actually hurting. See, because y'all was in the way, distractions. See, but if y'all had helped and did like Elijah Muhammad told you, you're supposed to build a bridge between Elijah Muhammad and Suleiman, Farrakhan would have been toast and would have been all those years, 20, 30 years, right? Over 30 years, getting our people together, preparing, all they've been ready. But now that they're not, and they got to go to tribulation, defense getting cleaned up and prepared, right? You got to go in and get them prepared. Because Suleiman has to teach them, and he got much time to do it. That's when he suddenly comes to temple and clean them up. That's Malachi. He cleans them up. That means he teach them and get them straight. But then after he left behind, because now they got their mind back, and so now, because they're a priest tribe anyway, they're Levites, and they got their mind back, now they can take and get as many of our people left during tribulation. They have to go in and get prepared. or they exit. So I'm gonna have to bounce it like that. You read it for yourself. And then here, right, here's the son of hell, and son of perdition. You read on your own, right? But it said, let no man deceive by any means. That day shall not come, said to be a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. You need an angel to understand that, but Farrakhan's telling a big lie because he's saying he's switching the whole thing around. See, he said that he says, it says, be not deceived. That make it very clear. I mean, they make it a point of it. Be not deceived. Because the falling away comes first. But he's telling you backwards. He says the falling away is coming now because he's exposing the Jews, and they're the ones people falling away from them. I don't see anybody falling away from them. They get as powerful as ever. But he's saying now he's exposing them. They're falling away. That's opposite. That's why they qualify and say, be not deceived. That day's not coming, said the fall away come first. But he said fall away. See, he says they're falling. He said he puts it backwards. See, he said the fall away, right? He says he's revealing them. Now the falling away is taking place. But he said no, the falling away come first. Then they be revealed. But he said no, they've been revealed. He was revealed first. He exposed it first, and now the falling away. That's not what this says. It says be reversed because they're lying. That's why I said be not deceived. Why would they say it? Because that means somebody's going to try to deceive you on it. Why would they say that? Let no man deceive you, because they know somebody's going to try to deceive you. And that's what Farrakhan's doing. He's saying what? He's saying no, the fall away is coming now because he's just revealed who Satan is. Like Elijah Muhammad didn't do that, right? He did, but Farrakhan somehow says that he's the only one doing it, right? And so now he's essentially revealing the people fall away from the Jews. The first one, nobody's falling away from them. Number one, right? See? Someone's falling away from them. So how, what does that mean? Anyway, brothers and sisters, I'm getting a lightning storm here. And last time was that it knocked out my systems. So let me see if I don't know if I'm not going to do it fast enough. Okay, and ancient days now. We're talking about these demons, right? Now, we're talking about ancient days. It says, this horn, they had this mouth. You can read on your own, right? The mouth is Farrakhan. See, I know what the horn is. I'm not going to mention here because some of you have a hard time with who the horn is. But it says, he will prevail against the saints, right? Until ancient days came. Who is ancient days? It said you have hair like lamb's wool. Farrakhan hair like that, and he doesn't match for Muhammad. So who is it talking about? It says if the thrones was cast down, that means, and then he was set. That means he's going to sit in Elijah's seat, but the people in charge had to be cast down first. See, it's consistent with everything I've been saying. See? At that time, that good mouth will be cast down. So be cast down, right? He said, I beheld the same horn made war with the saints, right? See, because it says up here, it says, even that horn that had eyes in their mouth that spake great things. See, Frank saw these great things, it was all bullshit. But he's saying whose look was more stout than his fellows. In other words, he's like the most prominent of the black leaders, right? He's the man, he's the one. See, he's speaking all this stuff that's bullshit, right? I beheld the same horn made war with the saints. See? He's been making war with the saints with his mouth, right? And prevailed against them until the ancient days came. The one with lamb's wool hairs. Who is he? Who is he? That's just messing with the covenant. But they don't read you this stuff. See? So let's okay. And you can read this too, right? Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And it was given him mouth. Remember again? It was given him mouth speaking great blasphemies. We give him authority to continue for 42 months. That's the mouth again. Speaking great blasphemies, bringing devils in the eye. See? Things like that. Devils ain't devils anymore. See, what's that priest? What's that priest he hang out with, making love with whatever he's doing with him, right? Says he's not a devil. Speaking great blasphemies, but he would go for 42 years. 42 months, that means 42 years there. Read on your own, brothers. This is chapter 13 of Revelations, called the angel. I might have to break this up into 3 periods, because I'm not sure I'll be able to cover all this. See, it takes me hours to develop this. It took me longer to develop this than usual. Okay, the messenger of the covenant. Messenger of the covenant is spoken up in Malachi. Who is the messenger of the covenant? Behold, I will send a messenger who prepared the way before me. Then, Lord, see, somebody, he said, prepare the way before me. He's not talking about Master Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad's not preparing the war for Master Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad didn't prepare the way for Master Muhammad prepared the way for Elijah Muhammad. So he says, who is this? That would be, I will send my messenger. These are 25th scientists. See? Master Muhammad's God, this 26,000 year period that was just dawning. That's why I call him the Lord of the Dawn. Because we're in the spring season now. We just come out of the north. The winters. Now in spring thaw. See, thawing out from all that cold winter we went through. You know, energy deprivation. See? So he says, I prepare way for me. Then Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. You see, that's what talking about itself. The Lord you seek will suddenly come to his temple. Elijah Muhammad used to say, he used to have Mr. Yu Shah tell us in Temple 2 in Chicago constantly. And I asked somebody about that. He says, Elijah Muhammad tell us, says, be careful what you say and who you say it to, because Allah is amongst you. Allah is amongst you, us, the group, FY there. He would say that. So I asked the brother, says, brother, been here for a while, right? I said, you know, because I had been here about a year, so I said, why are you saying all that stuff? He said, I don't know, because he started saying that recently. He told me. So we make whatever you will with it, right? Says, be careful what you say and who you say it to, because Allah is amongst you. You could have been talking Master Muhammad. See? And the messenger of covenant in who you delight sees coming, says Lord of hosts. But who can adore the day of his coming? Who can stand when he appears? For he's like a refined fire, like a full of soap. He says that refined and purified silver, he's got to clean it up. He will purify the sons of Levi. Remember, the Levites is Elijah. Elijah's Levite, and his NOI is the Levites, because he raised up the Levites. Elijah Muhammad did not raise up Lazarus. Says Suleiman raised up Lazarus. Nobody could raise up Lazarus but Suleiman. But two people raised up the dead in the scriptures. There's Elijah who raised up the Levites, the widow's son, and it's Jesus or it's Joshua or Suleiman who raised up Lazarus. Right? See, he's the one that raised them up in Mark, we just talked about a few minutes ago, right? It says refine and purify silver, because silver represents Levites. If you understand Daniel. He will purify the sons of Levi and find them like gold and silver. See, he's going to make them almost like us. Right? Then they will present orders to the Lord of righteousness. The orders of Judah and Jerusalem will pray, please, Lord, in days of old, years gone then. I will draw near you in judgment. I will be swift witness against the sorcerers, those perjurers, against the oppressors of widows and fathers, against those fraud labors of their wages, not just as a foreigner, but do not fear me, says the Lord of hosts. So you can read on your own, brothers and sisters. This is Malachi. Moving on, brothers and sisters. What it says here? Will a man rob God? Yeah, you are robbing me. But you ask, how do we rob you? I talked about that earlier, right? So he's robbing them. He's been robbing the Nation of Islam. He ain't producing that damn thing. He keep asking for money from the Nation of Islam, but the money's going in his pocket. He's super. I mean, how does he get so rich? Where did he get the money from? You don't have a side job. So the money's going in his pocket. It's not going to the Nation of Islam. He hasn't built a damn thing, nothing. That's why it's cursed. That's why I got disemboweled. Now, this here is talking about a lack of faith. Because during energy deprivation, right, Adam was wicked. Adam was making mischief blood, but he was successful at it. And the people that were suffering energy deprivation said, well, why should we keep listening to you, obey your laws? Because the people that's not obeying your laws, man, they're doing well. They're not suffering, not punished, anything. That's what it's saying. See? Words against me have been harsh, says Lord. Yet you say, what have we spoken against you? You said, it's futile to serve God. See, because in salvation, right, our righteousness didn't profit us. At least we didn't see it that way, but we didn't understand that it was forming us as diamonds. See, lack of faith. What have we had gained by keeping your laws, your requirements, walking mournfully before the Lord of hosts? So we doing righteous, but we're mourning. Look at, we're suffering, we're being raped, we're being tortured and everything else, and we're obeying your laws, right? So now we call the arrogant blessed. The arrogant, the devils, they're blessed. Not only do evildoers prosper, they even test God and escape. So they're successful. They test God and they do whatever they want to do and escape. No consequence. See, that's energy deprivation, which you never hear Friday tell me. He don't know about. He has no idea. He never heard of this before. You don't know what energy deprivation is. You didn't know what it was, so I told you. That's why we went through it. He think, well, we just went through it because Yaku came with something, and that man was so masterful. He was able to master us, and he don't see the science behind it. You don't see the math behind it. I'm teaching the math behind it. See, once you understand, energy deprivation ended in 1948. Now, let me explain this clearly. I'm trying to move on quickly here, right? We was at negative energy for the last 3,000 years. Negative energy, that means we have enough, right? Positive energy means we have more than we need, right? So it's negative energy. But in 1948, we came to zero. So we didn't have negative energy anymore. Didn't have positive energy either, but didn't have negative or positive. We didn't have either one. It was just zero. We wasn't suffering energy deprivation, but we had enough energy to maintain ourselves. So it wasn't negative anymore. But we didn't have power, energy to do anything else. So it was at zero. You understand? The negative means you don't have enough. Zero. Positive means you have more than you need to maintain yourself. So it's zero. We just had enough to maintain ourselves, right? So at zero, if you have a 10, you have to have a negative 10 to keep it at zero. That's why it's called Antichrist and Christ, because at that point in time, that was signified it was at zero. Because when the Christ came on the scene, he proves an Antichrist, because he was 1,000, then he had to prove a negative 1,000, right? That was Antichrist to balance it out, right? But now we're still moving towards positive. Now so it was negative, was moving towards a positive, finally got to zero, and now we're moving more positive. So now we're more positive as each day gets more and more positive. That means the negative gets weaker and weaker and weaker. You understand that? That's where that works. So now we're moving positive. But some people still suffer opposing energy deprivation because they don't realize that they can't take and misuse their energy. Otherwise, now they suffer self-imposed energy deprivation because they have enough to maintain themselves and not use it that way. So now they're suffering sugar diabetes and all that other kind of stuff, right? Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I think I made that clear enough. But it's really thunder and lightning. Okay, the first miracle. First miracle, right, was the breaking of the 7 seals. Here's right here, read on your own, right? It says, okay, and I saw angels strong, heralding voice great, who is worthy to open a little book and loose the seals of it. Only 25th scientists could do it. That's why they brought him forward, because no one could do it but him, right? It said, no one was able in the heavens, nor upon the earth, nor underneath the earth. That means no one, God, nobody could do it. That means it covers the whole universe, right? We found open a little book, Lord, be looking at it, right? And one out of the elder person saying to me, be not be weeping. Look, conquer the lion out of the tribe of Judah. See, he's talked about as lion sometime and lamb sometime. But he's a lamb towards people. He's a lion towards his enemies. He's a lion towards his enemies. And anybody that hurt his women, our women. Anybody hurt his women? Oh, you don't want to show up hurting our women. I told you. See, I'm a champion for them. They're the only ones I slow up for. They need help, I'm going to give it to them. See, you brothers, you're on your own. Get the message. You active, you proactive, or you reactive. You reactive, right? Then you out of here. Reactive is like being radioactive. Yeah. You don't want to be radioactive, do you? See? Not be weak. Conquer the line out of the tribe of Judah, root of David. Remember the root of David. See? He's come from David. Suleiman, son of man. To open up the little book and seal it, and I saw in the midst of the throne the four living in the middle of the older persons, lamb having stood, having been slaughtered. See, he suffered energy deprivation more than anyone, because the more complex your system is, the more energy you need. So he suffered energy deprivation more than anyone, because he's 25th scientist. 24th scientists, they suffer too, but he suffered more than them, and they suffer more than the regular people. And our nation suffer more than anybody else, other nations, because our nation is the best, right? That's why we in the worst shape at all. And the scientists are in worse shape than you, and it's 25th scientists are in worse shape than all of you. For energy deprivation, he's wiser to use it to his advantage, but still, he still suffers it, right? And his threshold for suffering is so great, that's why he's the only one to go back to create time all the way back to the beginning of the universe again. That's not a story about system. The only way he can make it all the way. And having been slaughtered, having horns 7, eyes 7, are 7 spirits of the God, that means the spirit that represents the original nation. Now, that's no story about system. Having some earth. And he's the only one could do it. Not the 24 scientists, matter of fact, Mama couldn't do it. He never claimed to do it. And Mama could do it with him. That's the first miracle he would do. He's done, because nobody could do it. He had 2,000 years, they couldn't touch it. Okay, brothers and sisters. We're moving on. I think I'm going to have to, well, I give it. Abraham and covenant. I'm going to do two parts, brothers and sisters. I'll do 2 parts. Abraham and covenant. And here it is. And God spoke on this wise. Now, it's in the so-called Old Testament and so-called New Testament. It's in both places. So you can't say it's abrogated, because the New Testament came in. They try to say, well, the Jews, they're the new ones. I mean, the Christians, they're the new ones now, Europeans, because it was abrogated because the Jews failed in the first one. No, it's in both places. So you don't be no, you understand, no ambiguity there. And God spake this wise. This is the one in the so-called New Testament, this version, that his seed which should sojourn in a strange land, they should bring them into bondage. That means they brought us over here, right? And they treat them with evil for 40 years. See, ain't no sealing stuff here. This is plain language, because the contract. Make sure you know exactly what they're talking about. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage, will I judge, said God. After that, they shall come out and serve me in this place. Where was this revealed at? Revealed in Arabia. So that's where he's talking to him at. That's where he told Abraham at. He'll come and serve me in this place, not here in America. The place this was revealed. Pharaoh said we ain't going nowhere because he's a demon. That's what I said. Remember Legion? We don't make me the country. Now this is the old version. This is the so-called Old Testament version. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. Now they call him Abram here. And the reason why I do that, because we was called Ham, and he's being separated from Ham, right? Because we called Ham, we was supposed to be slaves forever. I'm not going to the details here, but that's what it's telling you. But then it's the only place he's called Abram in this Abraham covenant stuff. Then after, when they were united, he called Abraham again, because now he's united with his people. He'd be separated from them. See, we supposed to be Ham. See, and when the sun was going down, deep still fell, and lo, a horror. That's the proper translation. Oh, wait a minute, hold it. Right, a great, see, horror. There's a Holocaust. That's how you envision our situation, as a horror. Horror, great darkness. Holocaust, not so enslavement. That's how you envision us, as horror that we'll be going through. And he said unto Abram, know assuredly that that seed shall be a stranger in land that is not theirs, shall serve them, and shall afflict them. See, serve and afflict, that means it's 2 things, it's not just one thing. Afflict is not part of slavery. There's some affliction there, but not this, because that's why he say both. And afflict them. They serve them and afflict them. See? That's the hard part. They don't want to touch. They want to say, well, it's slavery. 40 years, clear. And also that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge, after which come out with great substance. That means we have great wealth now. It's just they control the nature of it. See, instead of having $1 million gold mine, we got $1 million shit farm. Because they control the nature of our wealth. They turn the quality of it. I'm not going to that here, but I was, but like I said, I'm running out of time here, right? So I have to follow up on this. And after come out great substance, that should go that follows in peace, that should burn the good age. But in the fourth generation, that's the fourth generation here. 40 years, this is the fourth generation here. They try to tell, well, it's 30 years, whatever. This is dumbass Ishmael. And you better read Exodus again. Because what happened to Aaron's followers? What happened to all of them? They got all wiped. He can let them all to destruction. They all got wiped out. They all got slaughtered. Their families and everything. You better read that again. Wow, almost 2 hours. The same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed shall I give thy seed this land from the river of Egypt unto the great river Euphrates. You know what that is? That's Arabia. That's our land that was pushed out of 50,000 years ago by our half-brother Ishmael, who betrayed us, and now they're sitting on our land, and they're going to be pushed off of it. See? Now you got these fools trying to tell you, well, that's symbolic. That's really the Mississippi River or something, okay? But America will be destroyed, right? So why would we want America to be destroyed? It says it's going to make all things new. So how are you going to inherit America to make everything, all things new? America won't be here because they're going to make all things. If you say all things, all, A-L-L, you know what all means? Don't say, that's not the way you spell almost. Almost, A-L-M-O-S-T. He said you got to make almost things new. He said you're going to make all things new. The promise. See? So you can read this on your own, brothers and sisters, right? But he's talking to it, right? He says, now raise your eyes and look from this place where you are northward. Remember, that's where they are, over there. Northward, southward, eastward, and westward, right? For all the land which you see, I will give to you. They were seen over there. And you're descendants forever. I make your sins as plentiful as dust of the earth. Remember I said we're going to be all stars of heaven. We're going to have all those planets. We're going to live on all those planets. He said to make a God as wide as heaven and earth. I'll make your sins as plentiful as dust of earth. So if anyone counts the dust of earth, then your sins could be counted. Arise, walk about the land through its length and width. I will give to you. Not America, the worst part of planet Earth. See, Farrakhan loved it because his fathers built it. This is their vision, not ours. Okay, false Israel here. You can read it on your own. But bottom line here is that the Jews confronted Jesus, right? And they claimed they was a seed of Abraham. He said, no, you're not. No, you're not. He said, your father's the devil. And they submitted right here. They said, Jesus said to them, and you should know the truth, and truth will make you free. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and we were never in bondage to any man. They telling you right there that wasn't them. They was never in slavery anywhere. And this was supposed to be 2,000 years ago. And the slavery was supposed to be 2,000 years before that. They said it never happened to them. They telling you right there it never happened to them, ever. That means it happened to us. That's that scripture way of telling you it never happened to them. But you still, it's telling you right there. And you said, no, you're not seed Abraham. Your father's the devil. See? You read on your own, brothers and sisters. It says a murder and liar. See, they stole our identity, like Jacob, he stole his brother's identity. But you understand that stuff, brothers and sisters. We don't know because I have to move on. I have to move on, brothers and sisters. I don't think there'll be a couple others. Okay, we're going to go into destruction. What's destruction all about? Mass prophet goes to war. That's what's going to happen, brothers and sisters. A war broke out in heaven. That's what's going to initiate Armageddon. It's not that it's Ukraine thing. That's wars and rumors of wars. Because if you read this carefully, right, you see that because the earth represents the European countries. And that doesn't happen until after they kicked out. They got to be kicked out of heaven first. And war broke out in heaven. Michael is Master Muhammad. Michael's the one who delivered us. And if he's not Michael, then there must be two deliverers. We're going to be delivered twice. He's Michael. And they fought against the dragon. That's House of Sod and his angel. America, Britain, and false Israel. Gog, Magog, and Dajjal. And veil not. And neither was their place found in heaven. In other words, they fought back. They lost. The dragon, they was war lost. The great dragon was cast out. The old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world. He was cast out in the earth. And they was cast out with him. Earth represents European countries. So now that's when they get into the war. See? Because earth represents European countries in Revelation. See? And I heard a voice say in heaven, now come strength, come salvation, strength, and kingdom of God, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. That's when Pharaoh will be cast down. Once that war starts, he'll be cast down. He's the accuser. We're sinful. Y'all sinful. Isn't that what he said? Hold on, brothers and sisters, for a second. 1 second, brothers and sisters. 1 second here. 1 second. Oops. 1 second, brothers and sisters. Back, bro, says I was about to lose my voice here. I lose my voice. Okay. It says, that's what Aaron did. He accused the people. When he got busted, it was them. They maybe made the golden calf. Because he's the accuser. Yeah, you're so simple. Y'all evil. Y'all wicked. He says, what he said last time, he says, the devil just brought out the evil that was in us. So he's cast down. See? Because that's what we're doing day and night. Y'all so evil. Y'all wicked. That's why y'all going through all this. So he's cast down doing this. When the war breaks out. It's about to break out any day now. I would estimate that it's going to be broke down before the next 2 or 3 weeks. That war in the Middle East. And they're going to be defeated. And far as Israel's going to be surrounded. Right? So if you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, it's destruction. Now it's redemption. It's not. But they think they're going to be redeemed. But the scripture said the destruction. That means there's false Israel. That means it's going to cause all kinds of trouble here in America. All kinds of problems here in America when they're going down. See? For you, they haven't been paying attention. See? It says, for the devil has come upon you, what inhabits the earth and the sea. For the devil has come upon you, having great wrath, because know that he hath but a short time left. See? That means you can be wrathful. You know he got a short time left. He's going to try to take you with him. Because now he's envious. Well, when envy envies. So I could say a lot more about that, brothers, but I have to move on. I'm right behind time here. And man, we're having a half into this. I'm not sure if I'm going to complete this. I may have to continue it tomorrow. Okay, and then he says, Ra receives the king. Now remember this Ancient of Days, it sets. Read this carefully, right? Okay. And certain recipes that, and I saw in the night vision, behold, one like the Son of Man means not him, right? Because they keep saying Master Muhammad, the Son of Man. And it says he's like Son of Man because he's coming in the clouds of heaven. So he's like the Son of Man that he's not. They keep trying to tell you that because now they talk all the stuff about Master Muhammad now. Before they was talking about the originator. But now that I'm on their ass, right, and I explain like exactly who Master Muhammad is. Now, Master Muhammad's everything, but he's still, we don't make our own children, right? He's in everybody's womb making babies. Come on, get your story straight. The reason why you can't get your story straight because is that Sunni crap that you're teaching, and Sunniism is not what Prophet Muhammad taught. It makes no sense. It's illogical. That's why you can't make sense out of it. You can't make sense out of nonsense. So they're trying to mix up with Elijah Muhammad's teachings, and that's why nothing makes any sense when you mix that Sunniism up with it. And so the Son of Man, so one like the Son of Man, same thing in chapter 1 of Revelation says, that's not Jesus. He says he's like the Son of Man. That means he's not, right? But they don't bypass that, right? And they brought him near to him. So that means he comes to the Ancient of Days. This like Son of Man, that's Master Muhammad, he comes. Who is this son? Who is this Ancient of Days who has hair like lamb's wool? They're sitting in Elijah's seat. It ain't Farrakhan. After he throws down the people that's in charge there, he comes to him, and what happens, right? And they brought him near him, and there was given him to Master Muhammad glory and kingdom, and all people, nation, language to serve him. His dominion is everlasting dominion which has not passed away. His kingdom shall not be destroyed. Isn't that Master Muhammad? And he's going to rule, and he's going to have all control of everything. Ain't that what it says? But somebody gives it to him. Who is this one that's giving it to him? Who is it giving it to him? It ain't him. He give it to himself. He don't have hair like lamb's wool. It ain't Farrakhan. Who's giving it to him? The same one that broke the 7 seals. The 25th scientist. And then he just, then like it says, he stays hidden until he came out just for his purpose. Then he's like a hermit. Then he fades back in the background again. He very seldom ever take charge of a season. See, Dr. Yakub took charge of the winter season 6,000 years ago. Now, matter of fact, I'm going to take charge this season. He's the God of this season for the next 6,000 years. Here it go. And then that time, Michael stand up. The great prince stand up. That's Michael again, right? Took war with the dragon. See, time of trouble. See, that means we're in time of trouble now, but it says he's going to deliver. So if we're going to stay, we ain't going nowhere, then where's he delivering us to? To New York? To Mississippi? Where's he delivering us to? None of that shit they say make any damn sense, because it's a lie. Where's he delivering us to? See? Found the books shall be delivered. Everyone found written in the book. Whose book? Delivered where? See? And then you got two groups left behind. One everlasting life, one everlasting. That means those are the ones I told you, it's diamonds that left behind that the NOI got to go and collect. Dig out. See? And then they come out, then they have everlasting life. But they got to go to tribulation. Then you got this other group over here. That's the vipers and all them, right? That's not the demons, right? They come out too, but they're everlasting shame and appallment. I don't have time to talk about that today, bro, since I talked about it previously, though. Okay, I think let's see how much. We had a couple of topics all the time, I think. And behold, the day comes as it burns the oven. So you read this is Malachi again. It says it's going to burn this whole place up. See? But it says, Son of Righteous rise with healing his wings. See? That's talking about Suleiman. He's riding with wings. Get your mind back. Healing. So you can read this on your own, brothers and sisters. So well, you read this carefully, because it says, if you don't want to return back to your promised land, they say you're going to burn this whole place up. He says, and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to children, the hearts of children to fathers. Right? That's what Muhammad came and turns back to our people. Farrakhan said, no, we staying here. Right? So if that doesn't happen, right? He said, I will smite the earth with a curse. And we still on the earth. We still in the European countries. He said, burn it up. So if you reject your free gift that you pay for, you reject it. Okay, I think, let me look at this. I'm not sure if I'm going to. How much time I got here? Let's look at this quickly. I'm going to go through this quickly, brothers and sisters. It just New Jerusalem. This time about this crying. Sure, the owners of the garden on that day in a happy occupation. Then their wives are in shades, reclining on raised couches. That's us back in the promised land, brothers and sisters. When the sand is blown away and it looks like this. The sand was there to cover it so they wouldn't pollute our land. We put that sand in 50,000 years ago. See, I can explain more, but I'm not going. Like I said, we're running out of time here. They have fruits there, and they have whatever they desire. Peace, a word from a merciful Lord. See? That's what you got. That's your future, brothers and sisters. If you want it, you pay the price. Why would you not want it if you paid the price for it? And were it not that all people become one disbelieving community, provide for those who disbelieve in the beneficent roofs of silver for their houses and stairs of silver by which they ascend, and of silver endures the house and the couch on which they decline, and of gold, nor this nor but the vision of the world's life, here this with that Lord only for the dutiful. What it's saying is that we'd have it now, but because they don't want the devils to have it. But it says once we're there, right, we'll be using all this tin and stuff. We're going to use gold and silver. Because, you know, the earth, devils only penetrate maybe 1 mile into the earth. I say maybe 2 color miles of the earth. The earth is almost 8,000 miles deep. You understand? Diameter of the earth is almost 8,000 miles. Right? That's about 4,000 miles to the center. Probably 4,000 miles. They're only going like a couple of miles. Just think, and all the gold and silver they got and everything, only a couple of miles. What if we went down 10 miles, 100 miles? We still wouldn't scratch the surface. Like, and that means we got so much gold and silver on down there, we're going to make everything out of gold and silver. We'll be using all this tin and all this stuff. See? That's how we're going to build our kingdom. We got so much gold and silver, we're so wealthy, diamonds and stuff, we have all that stuff. See? That's what I'm trying to tell you, brothers and sisters. So you can read this on your own, brothers and sisters. I just put out here, is this we got to break the seals. You got to understand the coding here. But it's telling you the conception place, the birthplace of Suleiman. The new ark. You have to read it because this chapter 22 is telling you, chapter 21, I believe it is, angel, telling what the new paradise is going to look like. Right? But it's a new ark, New Jerusalem, Newark, New Jersey. So I'm not going to elaborate on that right now as I move on, because I want to get as much as I can get all of it. Can run out of time here. 144,000. It's talking about the Quran again. And the foremost, those are drawing nigh to Allah in gardens of bliss. Multitude from among the first, and few from among those latter times. Right? See? It's talking about first is us. Right? On thrones enwrought, reclining them facing each other, round about them go youths, never altering in age. That means we're going to be restored to youth again. Our youth, all it's going to be the same, right? Youth never altered in age, and we're not going to get age, and we're not age anymore. They never altered in age. It means not aging anymore. I told you we're wilting. This is not old day wilting because of energy deprivation. And if you in self-imposed energy deprivation now, you probably get older faster because and get disease and everything because you use your energy. But never old age, that means you're not getting older. Right? Youth, you're being youthful. You return your youth, and you're not going to get old. That's what it's telling you. Round about will go youth, never old age. That means they're never getting older. And they're youth. You'll be youthful again. The goblets and ewers and cups of pure drink, they are not affected with headache thereby. In other words, what you drink is going to make you, it's going to be we can have a drink. It can be Kool-Aid. It can be Scotch whiskey, right? It's not going to be lemonade. We have a drink that's very tasty. It's not going to have sugar in it. But when you drink it, right, it's going to make you like feel beautiful. But it ain't going to be crack. And you're not going to be addicted to it. But it's going to make you feel beautiful, right? See? And they're not for headache, nor are they intoxicated. And the fruits they choose, and the fruits that they choose, and the flesh of fowls they desire, right? So it's we're eating fish, right? I mean, not fish, birds, right? And fish, and they desire, and pure, beautiful ones, like hidden pearls, See, talking about beautiful women and what they did, and pure, beautiful ones, pure, beautiful. Talking about sisters there. They're beautiful now. I think much more beautiful they're going to be then. They return their youth, and it's get better and better and better. They're beautiful now. In this hell, they're beautiful. They're the most beautiful thing that we ever saw, even during Holocaust. And they was beautiful even then. I mean, these sisters, you can't suppress these sisters. Even in hell, they're beautiful. See? And pure good, like hidden pearls, and what for what they did. They hear there no vain or simple talk. So we talking that bull crap. That's why I have to make slots anymore. Because we're talking mathematics, right? But only the same peace, peace, peace. That's your reward. But you get into Farrakhan, you want America, go for it. You want the American vision, American dream. And those on the right hand, happy those on the right hand, amid thrones, lotus trees, and clustered vine trees, and stencil shade, and water gushing, and abundant fruit, neither intercept nor forbidden, and exalted couches. Sure, we create them a new creation, so we have made them virgins, love and equal in age. Again, there's an age thing, equal in age. They're all the same, equal, all back useful again. For those on the right hand, a multitude from among the first, and multitude from those of latter times. Again, that's talking about you again. This is the Quran. See? Oh, I guess I go ahead. I got two more here, so we're gonna run this pretty quickly. The chief hypocrite. Who's chief hypocrite? Ishmael. He's spitting and shitting all over his father. His father's memory and everything, because he know damn well that one of the father's for it. This stuff that he's talking about. He's selling out for six pieces of silver for Farrakhan to get him a house, because he's not qualified to be in that position. See, but he's did because it's like the son. See, this is Farrakhan again. But Ishmael is the chief hypocrite. Farrakhan's chief demon. Ishmael is the chief hypocrite. O prophet, strive against the disbelieving hypocrites, remain firm against them, and their abodes hell evil's resort. See, they're hell bound, and they're on the precipice right now. Won't be long. See, those who dispute about the message of Allah without authority, having come to them, there is no in their breasts but desire to become great. That's these Eric and all these people with seventh angel. They want to become great. They'll be like Elijah was. See, they desire to become great, which they will never attain. See, because they don't have master behind them. They don't have any wisdom. They're just thinking, oh, I just say what I said, and then they're gonna love me. See, and they never get anywhere. See, and they never have any knowledge, have any wisdom, which they never attain. So seek refuge in Allah. Sure, He is hearing the seeing. So they will attain. They desire to be great. They want to be like Elijah. Because they didn't believe Elijah anyway. They said, man, I do what he did, and I could be like him. Like Silas and those guys. Man, what was his name? Whatever his name was. Right? Royal or whatever. See what happened to him. Disbelieving original people. It is he whose breast Allah has opened Islam, so he follows the light from his Lord. That's the one that's uploading the angel, right? So woe to those whose hearts are hardened against the remembrance of Allah. Such are clear. Those are hard. I mean, I don't mess with that. I'm strictly Elijah. Your hearts are hardened. Have at it. We don't want you anyway. Somehow you think we want you. Somehow you think we want you. Did you see me ask you to come and get with us? Have you asked me for a dime? Have I asked for a dime? You got it all wrong. If you don't want to be, we don't want you. Just stay away from us. We better just stay away. We ain't got time to mess with you. We got a lot of work to do. Okay, we're going to wrap it right here, brothers and sisters. I got this far. Somebody will finish up. Oh, boy. Hell. So let's go through this pretty quickly, brothers and sisters. Quran again. Blue-eyed devils. Whoever turns away from it, he will surely bear a burden on the day of the resurrection. Abiding therein, evil will be their burden on the day of resurrection. The day when the trumpet is blown, and we shall gather the guilty blue-eyed on that day. See, Sunnis, their English translation, they said blur-eyed, because they allow the devils. This is Ali's translation. Guilty blue-eyed. Because blue-eyed, what does that mean? So who is the guilty blue-eyed? The devils. Who Farrakhan saying the devils, he gonna heal them. He's gonna make them repent. The wealth of hell. This is something, but I wish I could spend more time on this, but I know Bunce is gonna come up against the deadline here. Or do they envy the people of that which Allah has given them of his grace? But indeed we have given to Abraham's children the book and the wisdom. And we've given them a grand kingdom. That's you. You're gonna have the book and the wisdom. Farrakhan don't have any of that. He don't know. He don't have the book. He don't have the wisdom. He don't have any of that. He got his philosophy, which is all bullshit. And the grand kingdom, that's yours, brothers and sisters. So of them is he who believes in him, and them is who turns away from him. That's those that believe in what I'm telling you, and some that don't. Right? See, and hell is sufficient to burn. Those who disbelieve in our messages, we shall make them into fire. And as often as their skins are burned, we shall change from other skins. They may taste the chastisement. Show lies mighty wise. The bottom line of this is that when we get this burst energy every 50 years, when they're gonna be transformed too. All by energized. We're gonna get this burst energy energized, twinkle of an eye, and our youth return and everything else. Same thing happened to them, but they're gonna be in hell. Just like they control the quality of our energy, we control the quality of energy. So they're gonna have all this energy, but we're gonna control it. So therefore they're gonna be locked up in hell, and we're gonna give them nothing but shit and piss to drink and eat. See? And so, but they're gonna be so healthy that they're gonna be able to eat shit and piss and survive on it. That's the hell of it. I'm gonna leave it there, brothers and sisters. I can speak more on it, but I said I'm running out of time here. See? That's hell. Ain't no place under the ocean, under the earth, someplace. Right here on this planet. And the condemned. Okay, so it talks about, they can drink boiling water, give fishes to eat, and all that kind of stuff. Read on your own, bro. It says it's 56:41 in the Quran. On the left hand, rest of those left hand, hot wind, boiling water, shower, black smoke, neither cool or refreshing. Sure, they lived before in ease. Remember, Americans, they lived in ease and everything. And they persist in great violation. You just say, when we die, shall we become dust and bones? Shall we indeed be raised? So read the whole thing, brothers and sisters. Their condemnation. They live in ease, now they're in hell. See? And we're never going to let them out of it. Healthy and wealthy in hell. And the fire. And keep thyself those who call our Lord morning, evening, desiring his goodwill, and letting our eyes pair from him, desiring the beauties of this world's life. See? You've been deceived by all this American dream and stuff. And follow him whose heart we have made unmindful our remembrance. These demons, right? Who follows his low desires, in this case, it sees do bound. Talking about the demons here. And say the truth is from your Lord. Let him please believe and let him please disbelieve. See, so your choice. You want to please, if you want to disbelieve, believe, disbelieve. We're not going to change either way. It says, let him who please believe, let him who please disbelieve. We're not going to force you to believe. Sure, we have prepared for the iniquities a fire and enclosure which will accomplish them, and they will cry for water. They are given, if they cry for water, they're given water like molten brass, scalding their face, evil to drink, evil to rest in place. If they ask for water, they're going to get, if they ask for water, they're giving water like molten brass. But they'll survive it because they'll be so healthy with our energy. But we're going to give them, see, like they control the nature of our wealth, we're going to, our energy, quality, we're going to control theirs now. They gave us shit to eat, right? Now we're going to give them shit to eat. It says, do as them as they're done to you. We're going to give them shit to eat. See? That's it, brothers and sisters. See? They gave us shitlings. That's what they gave us to eat. Forced out of mouth. And they didn't clean it either. They ate the shit with it, all of it. See? So now it's returning them. So Farrakhan, if you go to his study groups, he tell you, we can't treat them like they treated us. Because he's one of them. He's trying to help escape. Hope you understand, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. That's their end. Same brothers and sisters. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I'm going to leave it there. We're out of time. Thank you. Maybe I'll elaborate, have a follow-up, elaborate on some things I went through pretty quickly. But I think you understand. Okay.